Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so for the first video, I was thinking of the it says to see 5 million churches by the end of 2020. I was thinking of drawing first of all out the word 5 million churches, and then have somehow the numbers 2020 surrounding it, so that the words kind of are resting within 2020. So 2020 ends in the numbers towards the end of this. This is not the best example, but a way to show that it's part of this as a goal, I guess, together. And then also repeat the logo concept I have earlier about doing the 4, joined in, and then the maximize, sorry, and then to mobilize, multiply, measure, and then somehow like highlight, maybe like an arrow like this towards the maximize section. And then the Campus Crusade one, expanding on that, let's see here. So I had a idea of like drawing the C kind of funky and large, just make it look big, and then campus. Well, this is really small Sharpie, sorry. I should do this a lot bigger, but I have a whiteboard at home, so I'll just sort of improvise. Crusade. And then 4, and then a big C here. And then the first one, which would be kind of, I was thinking of like, what if there were arrows going out from the central point to what could look like a DVD, I suppose, of the Jesus film. So yes, there's a Jesus film in there. So there's a DVD with Jesus film written inside of it. And then those DVDs, or Jesus film posters, or representations of Jesus film, whatever, could also then become, churches for the planting part. And then for the college students, I was thinking like drawing like a college student at the top, having a church. So like as I'm drawing the young hopeful college grad, kind of a young-looking person, young man, whatever, and then on top of it, and then his hat, tassel right there, the hat, the top of his head has a little. Then I draw a little church on there, so like this little tiny little church on top of his hat. And then from there, I could draw like what looks kind of like, an iPhone kind of appearance to it. For the represent all the digital online media, and then I'll have like a little graphic in here that I'll write down sermon, and then have other little buttons, and I need the little control button at the bottom, don't you, there? And then for the next one, which is humanitarian, I thought of the word aid. So I thought of having like a giant A-I-D, kind of like this. And then from there, that becomes a structure of a church building, and the cross at the top, which is the I. So it looks like a church from aid. Sorry, my camera is off right now because I'm not looking at my phone. Just tapped on my paper to focus it instead of on the screen. And then next for like Family Life Ministries. The logo for Family Life is basically a really thick, thicker font for family, and then a light font for life, so right next to it. So I would try to imitate that logo. I can't do it very lightly with this kind of shirt. Oh, look at that, there we go. Okay, so it's more sloppy that way, but still. And then having on top of that, it talks about home churches, I believe is what it says, and so have like a bunch of little, homes that get built on top of that. terms of all the little home churches. And then this one's kind of a tough one. The soccer ministry example that it sets. So I thought of having like maybe drawing like a cross made out of soccer balls. Soccer balls are kind of hard to draw because they're sort of this floating, hexagon, whatever, shape inside of it. So I mean, I guess they'll be saying soccer teams, so the viewer would be thinking that, and then those soccer balls can be stacked on top of each other, and they can form a cross. And so yeah, so then we could show like how they're all connected together like this. The next set in this sort of maximization for Campus Crusade are two questions. I'm not sure how to do all of them. Like I thought of one. Like what if you draw like C, like Campus Crusade for Christ, like a C within a C within a C. To sort of illustrate the idea that all the strategies of Campus Creator work together, and then it's a what-if question, like what if they did all this together, and so we could surround all those C's with a giant question mark, sort of enveloping and sort of following through with that look, those shapes, basically. As for the next part, I'm not really sure where to go through from that, but this is what I have so far, so I'll just send this video to you, and I'll just keep working on from there. Hopefully all this will make sense. Let me know if I had any that was confusing, or if it was just terribly out of focus. Okay, bye.